Hey, what's going on? All right. Woo. This last work session was kind of a whole I got so okay, so remember I was talking about the whole video thing and getting uh I needed to make sure I was able to save the IDs to the database. All that worked. So that's great. So awesome. So super happy. And then I noticed I was getting these timeout errors. And I went through the code, realized I didn't always, one thing, I mostly do like a lot of front end, but I do what I need to get done so I can get the project working. So I do back end if I need to. And I always forget to return uh, because I always forget to do a return if it's not the thing I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a certain status of the job. And so basically I look for completed. And then if it's set to completed, then I do stuff. But I always forget to say, oh, well, if it's not completed, make sure you return so that the webhook knows like you did get the message. And so I think that's what's happening. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on it to make sure there's no more. There's already a bunch of requests that are coming. And so I'm just waiting for it to kind of tap out, I guess, or what have you. So, all right. So hopefully there will be no more recurring ones. So I'm keeping an eye on that. So we'll see. What else? I think. All right. Oh, then yeah. So I was working on that. Time kind of like went by me really quickly. So I didn't even. I was like, oh, I got 5 minutes left. Let me go check this thing out. Like, oh, the show started. So, all right. Hopefully you had a great productive work session and you're getting things worked out. So, all right, for this one, I kind of want to talk about this article that I came across on Twitter. You know what? Let me post a link to it. I can do that in the chat room. So let me just post a link. It's a pretty lengthy article, but it's really well written. So let me, I don't think I've ever sent from here, a message from here. So let's see if this works. Oh, it works. Awesome. So yeah, so I just posted a link to the article in the chat room from the San Francisco Chronicle. And again, like this is really well done. So shouts to Jason Fagone Fagon. I'm assuming, I don't know how to pronounce it, but really well and super interesting article. So we spoke before a few weeks ago, I think it was, about OpenAI and the GPT-3 project that they have there. And as a quick recap, pretty much you can use GPT-3 and 2. You feed it like starter information, like text or what have you. And then after a certain amount of time, it's able to generate new text from those previous starter texts kind of thing. So so this was a new thing that someone had for not necessarily the programmer, but a user of their website. So, okay, let me, as for context, I'm gonna go to my website real quick and let me share my screen. Hope everyone is doing well. Cool, let's do this. Thanks again for hanging out. Hit me up in the chat room if you're there. All right, so hopefully my website is showing up at some point. I'm watching the replay. Kind of make sure, hopefully. All right, yeah, should be good. So this is my website, lifelong.dev, right? And so this is like a little cartoon avatar of myself. And what I wanted to try and do was feed in a bunch of like messages and like answers to questions and things that the way I would answer them, and feed it into like an AI chatbot situation. And so if people come to the website, they'd be able to kind of like ask the cartoon me questions and it would answer in the same way I would. So I thought that would be kind of cool. So that's something I was eventually going to get into. But so looks like someone did something similar where, so here's the article. Again, shouts to Jason, great article. Really well written. Like it really sets the environment really well. And it's a long read. And so, and look like I think there's the what you call it, like a podcast part of it also. But really well done. I dug it. So shouts to Jason right here. Here's his Twitter and all that stuff. All right, so the story is about a gentleman by the name of I can't believe I forgot Joshua. There's a lot of J's in here. Joshua, and so he was having a hard time with the death of his fiance, which is understandable. And so, he was like grieving like deeply because it happened like so quickly, and he never really got a chance to say goodbye and stuff, for closure. And so what happened was he came across this website called Project December. And so what it did, it's powered by GPT-2 and GPT-3. And they have a picture of so this is Joshua here. And the person who created, and this is Rohr. His first name is Jason Rohr. And so he's a developer, and he actually got borrowed credentials so he could play with GPT-3. And he built this website, Project December, to where it's a bunch of different chatbots, right? And so you have chatbots that are already pre-made. So there was one that was like supposed to be kind of like William Shakespeare. So the idea is you pull up William and you chat with William, and it's supposed to respond back to you as William Shakespeare, I guess, would have. Cool. And there's also another one by the name of Samantha, and I haven't seen the movie Her, but from what I understand is, I guess there's like a house, and there's like an artificial intelligence that kind of runs the house, and then I'm not sure. I haven't seen the movie, but I guess it's supposed to be similar to Her and all these things. And now these things cost money to run. So the way that Jason set it up was that once you start a session with a chatbot, you could put in a certain amount of credits. And once you started the chat, you could no longer add credits. So the chatbot had a finite lifespan. And so once you did it, and there was a thing like you mentioned early, like later, like I don't know how I would deal with this, but like the chatbot would realize that its time was coming to an end and would kind of like plead to the person and like I don't know. I don't know. But so okay, so that was happening. And so like I said, those pre-made chatbots, but those also custom ones. And so you would feed it starter data, and then any new conversations would be based on that, and it would generate new conversations. And so that's what Joshua did for his fiance who passed away. So he had a bunch of like text messages and Facebook chats, and he fed it into Project December and created like a chatbot version of his fiance, Jessica, I believe. Again, there's a lot of J's. And so, yes, Jessica. So like they have some of the actual texts in there. And so like there's this one where he's saying like, Jessica, is it really you? And it's like, of course it's me. Who else would it be? Like, wow. So it goes on to it. And again, I don't know. Like in the article, they're saying like how he brought up a certain event in their past, and it kind of like went along with it and brought up details that I don't know. And so he seemed to take it very well, where he kind of like first was super skeptical, then he kind of like got into it. but still kind of knew that it wasn't really her. It was kind of like a way of him being able to find closure, because he went to like other things to try and get close, like group therapy and stuff, and it didn't really seem to work. Whereas with this, it seemed to kind of help him out. And so I thought that was pretty dope. And they spoke with Jessica's family also. And hey, shouts Bella. What's going on, Miss Carter? Sounds like this movie called Transcendence. And left the link. I'll check that out. But yeah, so I guess it's wild. And so I don't know. How do y'all feel? Because the mother was like, she didn't want to read the transcripts because she knew it wasn't her daughter. You know what I mean? And they were saying like some people take, I guess, loss differently. And so I guess this could be a way of like maybe finding closure. And so Joshua was saying like he didn't want to create a whole nother chatbot because he knew there was a limited time span. So after like the first initial conversations, he kind of like parsed it out for like smaller and smaller as time went on. And he said he didn't want to create a new one because what if the new one, like if he rebooted the chatbot, what if it got angry at him or something? You know what I mean? He didn't want to have that. Whereas this one seemed sweet and everything. It was like a good closure. And so instead of trying to keep reliving it and having it go a certain way, because each chatbot is like a brand new, fresh chatbot. So, and I guess it's designed to be random. And so I guess he lucked out on the first one and it worked out for him. So I posted a link to it, and I will also, when I send out the tweet, I'll also post a link. So what do y'all think? Is this something that like you think could help? Again, I guess it all depends on the person. Is this something that you would maybe try and do? I don't know. Like for me, I don't know. So, but it's kind of interesting to see where technology is going and the use cases of it. And so, yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about it, give a quick brief thing. Just since we spoke about OpenAI before, kind of wanted to show this use case that like I said, for me, if I were to use something like that, it's just to be a random representation that people can ask questions of on the website. But what they did here was what Joshua did. Funny thing. He's a big like sci-fi person. His first custom bot was Spock from Star Trek. And so I thought that was awesome. So again, I'm gonna post a link to this when I get the highlight clip and I post. So I will add a link to that in my tweet and my Instagram follow-up. So again, thank y'all for hanging out. I'm going to go back to this code. Hopefully you get back to whatever you're working on. And yeah, so again, I'm going to copy the link from Miss Carter so I can check that movie out. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me put it here. Let's see, go over that real quick. Huh, it's got Johnny Depp in it. Okay. Nice. A scientist's drive for artificial intelligence takes on dangerous implications when his own consciousness is uploaded into one such program. Wow. Hey, Morgan Freeman's in there too. Okay. And Rebecca Hall. I'm not familiar with Rebecca Hall, but hey, if we got Morgan Freeman and Johnny Depp in it, I'm down to check it out. So, word. All right. Thank you very much, Miss Carter, for the recommendation. I'm going to check that out. But yeah, anything that y'all, let me know what you think. But I'm going to be out of here. So once again, thanks for hanging out. Going to get y'all back to work now. So we'll be back for the final break session at 15 minutes after the hour. So till then, I wish you much productivity, and thanks again. Catch y'all later. Be easy. Let me stop sharing this, and then let me get the outro music ready. Cool. And share this again so we can be out of here. Once again, thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, I'm hoping much productivity for you in this next break. All right. We have one more and we'll come back. I'm going to look at a certain artist's website and play some of the music and videos and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to that. So thanks again. See y'all.
I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and strong. And I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like, and everybody said, we spread love like. I wanna say thank you for holding on.